Hi there, a very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching this Simply Stocks. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about KILPEST. How has been KILPEST results? Where is it headed? What could be its future growth trend? And where could we see the stock, say 2, 3 years down the line? So we will analyze everything, the numbers, etc., and all the points. And a disclaimer: I hold the stock in my portfolio, so kindly take that on note. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation and people taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about any company like KILPEST, a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, help me grow the channel, help you ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Once you get the $10 monthly membership, you get access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. And also, with $100 upfront payment, you get 1 year access by paying for 10 months. So you get a 20% discount. You can also get WhatsApp membership on a yearly basis or become a member on YouTube and you get all the benefits of Patreon there as well. So now about KILPES. So basically, I would like to take you to the screener website again, and we'll just discuss briefly in a minute or two about what KILPEST stock is all about or the company is all about, and then we'll discuss about numbers and the future growth trends as well. So let's go to the screener website. So I'm just opening up KILPEST on screener, and let's see how the performance of the stock has been and what the company does basically. So KILPEST India is was one of the it was established about 20-25 years back, and it was one of the players in the you can say agrochemical domain, but later on it diversified into diagnostic space. And what happened here was that through its diagnostic business it did a lot of things, and they acquired a Spanish company called 3B Black Bio, which went on to make you can say a lot of you can say vaccines going forward, or uh, in order to testing machines going forward. And they did it for SARS, and eventually they did it for the pandemic COVID as well. They made testing kits and eventually made it big. So once you look at the stock hasn't done much over the last 3 years. If I open up the charts, the stock was uh, say on a 3 year basis. If you look at it, the stock had made a top of around 500 in August of 2020, and currently it is down from those levels. Even now it has not crossed that. But what I want you to focus on in KILPEST's case is the numbers. So first we'll discuss about the current quarter numbers, and then we'll discuss what the management has said in their investor presentation and where I see the stock going forward from here on in. So if you look at the numbers, and these are consolidated numbers with 3B Black Bio and their agrochemical business, which is not doing that well. So we have added that up. So the consolidated numbers are fine, not that great, but fine. 14.7 crores of sales, and you add 2.9 crores of other income, then you end up having something closer to. So if I add these up, then you have a situation where in the December quarter, what the company did was something like 14.73 plus 2.88. That's around 17.6 crores of sales, against the last December when they did around 16 40 15.8 15.9 crores of sales. So if I take that on note, the growth is not that much. So we end up having a situation where the growth is around 10% or so. Not a great growth on December 21 numbers, but we'll discuss numbers in detail because we'll then come to know what are the nitty gritties, etc. But going forward, what we see is that operating profit is 7.3 crores. versus an operating profit of 7 crores last time around. So the margins from 48.5%, which was remember, a pandemic led quarter. Even in October to December, we had the pandemic lingering on. So we had kits being sold. And that is exactly why you see the numbers not that great year on year. I'm not looking at quarter on quarter. We as investors, long-term investors, look at numbers year on year. So on a year on year basis, the numbers look flat or just 10% higher, only because of the fact that in December of 21 they sold a lot of COVID kits, whereas in December of 22 they have sold less of it. So how much they sold, we'll know it in the investor presentation. So we'll go there in a while. But that is the reason why the sales are looking weak year on year comparatively. Uh, uh, I'll come to the point whether with the pandemic going away, why this company looks attractive. We'll come to that as well. So operating profit margin from 48.5% has gone to 49.6%. That's a good jump there. Very, very decent operating profit margin. And if you look at this fact is that the profit has been around 7.75 crores, 7.72 crores, and the EPS is around 10 rupees. It's showing 9 rupees here, but actually the EPS is around 10 rupees for the quarter. The EPS for the 9 months, that is June, September, and December. And remember, this is a non-pandemic year all throughout. I mean, from June onwards, the number of kits that they have sold has become extremely less. And overall, what they have done is that their numbers have improved and margins have improved. So what they ended up doing in these 3 quarters combined, the EPS has been around 27.3 rupees. The EPS is 27.3 rupees for these 3 quarters. Now, if I go forward in the March quarter, if they do another 10 rupee EPS, we are looking at 37 rupees EPS for the year. Now, kindly note that, so that later on when we do the valuation analysis and where the stock could head, we'll discuss all that point. But 37 rupees of APS is expected for Kilpest for FY23. If you see here, they would do closer to 70 crores of sales, 8 crores of other income, 62 crores of sales altogether, 71 rupees of sales. Versus what we need to compare is, this is March 23 numbers. What we need to compare is probably March 20, when they did around 31 crores of sales. They did 31 crores of sales, and the EPS was around 10 and a half rupees or so, exactly 30%. Now, this is something we will discuss again when we'll discuss projected numbers as to how margins have improved so much that the EPS is nearly 50% of their sales in here. So they are expected to do 71 crores of sales and an EPS closer to 37 rupees for the year. Let's go to their balance sheet and how is the cash position. So you look at the reserves from 3 crores, 4 crores, it has gone up sharply to 150 crores. Borrowings have been negligible, so a completely debt free company, 150 crores of cash with them. So basically what you're getting in this stock is that the stock is around 410, 412. The stock is at a market cap of 310 crores, and we have 150 crores, 155 crores cash on books. So basically you are getting the stock at somewhere around 155 crore market cap, nearly half of what the market cap is right now. So 155 crores of company, if you minus the cash, coming at these valuations with such margins and profitability, it looks attractive, although the stock has not performed at all. You look at the debtor days, that has gone up sharply, so that is something to be looked at. But inventory days is virtually nil. So what that tells me is that they are producing and they are selling big time, whatever they are producing at the moment. Shareholding pattern, not much to write home about, although FIIs have increased holding somewhat in the September December quarter. But this is, a you can say, a disappointment from the management's point of view, that they don't go ahead and buy shares from the open market. So that is something to be looked at. Okay, so let's just discuss as to Uh, Perhaps let's just first go to their investor presentation, and we will discuss about what they have told about future growth, exports, etc. Because they have opened up a subsidiary in Manchester, and they are selling from there. How has been their exports over the last 3 4 years? How it has grown, and what lies ahead for the company in this diagnostic field. We'll discuss that, and then we'll come back to the numbers, and we'll discuss about whether the numbers look like growing further over the next 3 years, and where the stock may head based on the growth of the numbers and all. So let's just have a look at their investor presentation, just a couple of pages, so that you'll understand as to what how the export picture pans out, and why I'm still extremely bullish on the stock, even though the numbers were not that great at this time around. So here we are. This is the investor presentation, and I am on page number 16 straight away on this investor presentation. And I believe that this is the most important section of this whole presentation, because most of it has been the same as earlier. So there is impending, you can say, NSE listing that we are looking forward to. There's an impending, you have a situation where amalgamation will take place, and I think 3B Black Bio will be listed and all, and so KILPEST will cease to exist, and 3B Black Bio as a biotech company will be listed. So that is something to look forward to, because does that would end up unlocking more value, because most biotech companies trade at much higher valuations compared to say agrochem companies, etc. So probably Kilpest has been taken as an agrochem company, trading at 13 14 times, as most agrochemical companies are trading at. So a lot of things will change, but that is for the you can say the later on future. But here what we see here is that their Q3 sales, as it is written here, so kindly follow this. Their Q3 sales, I'll just zoom this even further. So our Q3 sales have been around 12.4 crores, 12.36 as it is. This includes a pandemic sales of 1.3 crores or so. Sales from True PCR Europe, Manchester for 1.09 crores have also been consolidated in the Q3 numbers. And in Q3, the export sale overall for molecular diagnostic, apart from Manchester, from other countries as well, because they export to other parts of Europe, Latin America, Africa, their sales have been 2.2 crores. Now I'll discuss about how the export sales have increased sharply just in a bit. But what you need to focus on is the fact that they did uh, they did pandemic kit sales of 1.31 crores, 131 lakhs, which is 1.31 crores. And in the previous year, they did the pandemic sales were around 4.3 crores. So that is where the difference has been. So if you look at the numbers, uh, these numbers would have been totally different if the pandemic sales were the same as last year. So last year, what they did, as I'm mentioning, they did in this 14.4 crores plus 1.5, so this is 15.9 crores. They did 4.1 or 4.2 crores of pandemic sales. If you reduce that, or if you bring that down to 1.3 crores, then you'll find the difference as to what the difference lies. A second point here is that this year they did a pandemic sales of 1.3 crores. So if you minus this from 4.1 to 1.3, so there has been a difference of 2.8 crores, or a dip of something like 70% on the pandemic sales. So if that dip would have not taken place, and that dip is pretty inevitable, if that dip has not taken place, we would have seen a situation where the sales for the company all together would have been somewhere around, say if it is 17.1 crores this time around, then it would have been somewhere around 20 crores instead of the 17 crores that we see. So 20 crores of sales were not there, only because of the fact that the difference lies in the pandemic sales that was taking place, and that was a high margin accretive business earlier as well, not now. So this is something to really focus on. This is one reason why the sales dip. And I believe with a company doing sales of an yearly sales of 70-72 crores, 3-4 crores do matter a lot. And so this is where things got a slightly awry. And there were other reasons as well in Q2. They had increase in the demand for the off-seasonal flu assays that they sell across the board, which they expected would continue in Q3. However, it tapered down after October. So November and December was not that greater say months for that flu vaccine or flu assays to be sold. So export sales also got reduced by 59 lakh. Now, although 59 lakh might seem very less, but if you include 59 lakh on the top line, then you'll understand that we again go back to the numbers. On this 17.1 crores, 59 lakh would have been some 3% of the revenue. So around 17.1 crores consolidated. I'm including the other income in here, plus say zero point 0.6 crores, 17.7 crores of sales would have been there. Compared to whatever 15 crores or whatever sales that they did, 16 odd crores that they did earlier. So these things do matter, things do go up and down, but this 59 lakh you can say sales, as there were a few big orders which added to the numbers in Q2, did not come in Q3. However, we are hopeful that Q4 will be more successful as few big export orders will materialize and the export numbers will show improvement. So absolutely export numbers would be much better. So I am expecting March quarter to be much better than what the December quarter has been. So I won't be surprised if we see 19 crores, at least a 19 crores of sales number overall, including other income on the sales front. If that happens, then we'll have a totally different scenario on the numbers front, which we'll discuss in a while. But going forward, let's just discuss two things. One here, the non-pandemic sales as to how it has grown, which is right here, and then the export numbers, which has also grown pretty sharply, which is here. So the non-pandemic sales, how that trajectory has played out. So they have been on a consistent growth trend year on year for non-COVID sales, which is evident from the this chart. So in FY19 there was completely there was no pandemic, so it was around 9.8 crores, and that was virtually the sales that the company used to do, around 10 crores or something like that, 10-11 crores or so. In FY21, where there was pandemic, 18.2 crores of sales were done, which is non-pandemic. So this is non-COVID sales that we are talking about. Remember, the non-COVID sales for 3B Black Bio was 18.2 crores versus 9.8 crores in FY19. So in 2 years time, in FY21, the growth has been pretty phenomenal. If I calculate this, then the growth has been somewhere around 85% over 2 years. That's around 36-37% in a year. And then even in FY22 in December, till December or April to, and this is 9 monthly sales. So April to December in 22 they had non-COVID sales of 29.8 crores. So again a very decent jump. If this trend continues, we are looking at very interesting numbers probably going forward. So let me just calculate this as well. This is around 63% growth year on year from April to December 21 to April to December 22. This is the kind of non-pandemic sales growth that the company is showing in a 9 month projection. If I say they do 30 crores in 3 quarters, then we are looking at 40 crores in the year. And these things could only move up with the kind of small base that the company is having, because the export is widening and you have greater, you can say, margins when we talk about exports. So with COVID, the number of labs have increased, and we are trying to increase our footprints for non-COVID products in these labs, because the number of labs have improved, their business probably their pie has increased, and so they are looking to tap into these other labs as well. And also we are launching new products out of R&D. We expect with the addition of new products and new customers, we will continue to grow and expand in this financial year also. So I think FY24 could be extremely big for the company, and the growth could be around 30%, 35% going forward as well. Now, in they are into the international markets big time. We are also in discussion with large international distributors for various projects, which should all be materialized in the next financial year, again FY24. We are working on expanding our reach to the yet untapped markets through our marketing efforts, which will yield result in the next financial year. This gives me a lot of confidence that once they get two, three more orders, any big orders that come their way. When I talk about big orders, a recurring order of 3 4 crores, or say 2 3 crores on quarterly, 5 crores quarterly, I think that will be a big fillip, a new order, something of that sort, in which they would export say 20 crores. This would be huge. So how their export sales have been, from around 65 lakh in April to December to around 96 lakh in 2020. This was before, you can say, April to December 2020. So this was during the pandemic, but 65 lakh was just before that. It is now up to 3.2 crores in 2021, and now 6.8 crores. So it is doubling, virtually doubling every year. I won't be surprised if we will see a situation where 13 crores of export sales would come in 9 months in 2024 FY24. So overall, the trajectory for the exports have been phenomenal. The trajectory for the non-pandemic sales have been pretty strong. So the numbers are set to grow much more than what it is doing at the moment. So if I come back to these number calculation and analyze as to how the numbers could be going forward, we'll be able to understand as to where we could see the stock go. So if we see first of all where the stock is, so currently the price of the stock is 412 rupees. Market cap is 310 crores. It's trading at 14 times earnings. Now let's understand. So we expect that currently what they have done for 9 months is that around 27 rupees of EPS. We expect another 10 rupees at least of EPS in the March quarter. So 37 rupees. Based on that, at 412, the stock is trading at somewhere around 11 times. It's trading at only 11 times earnings, not even 13, 14 times. It has gone up 5% today. Otherwise, it would have been trading at around 10, 10 and a half times. Now, the point here is most of the agrochem companies trade between 10 to 15, 18 times, and that is what is exactly happening with KILPEST. Now once this you can say merger go through, I think there's another you can say discussion on it in March. Probably by next March, if this merger gets through in the next 1 year or so, the PE expansion will take place, because it will be treated as, after being listed as 3B Black Bio, it will be treated as a you can say as a diagnostic company, and should trade between 30 to 40 times earnings. Now coming to the earnings front overall, because you look at an ROCE of 30%, ROE of 22 23%, and trading at only 10 11 times, it doesn't quite match up. It should trade at higher valuations. Now coming to the projected earnings, so in FY23 they should do around 71 crores of sales or something like that, 70 crores of sales. If I say they grow by 30% in FY24, because of the a lot of initiatives that the company is doing, we are looking at 91 crores of you can say revenue. Now what is interesting in here is that once they did around 17 crores of sales in December, their EPS has been around 10 rupees. So 17 crores of sales have, because of the margins and everything, has meant that their EPS is around 55-58% of their sales. This is what has really attracted me to the stock, the kind of growth margins and everything that the company is doing. So if we say that they will do 91 crores of sales, and if margins are maintained even at 55%, we are looking at an EPS of 50 rupees from 36-37 rupees, that should come in FY24. So from 50, from around 37, is a pretty good growth, a growth of 35%. So 50 rupees of EPS, and if everything materializes, uh, in the fact that there will be a listing of 3B Black Bio, NSE listing and all in the next 12-15 months, then we could see the stock trade at 30 times at 1500, which is the current price is 400, 412. So I won't be surprised in the next 15-18 months, the stock could be trading at 4x from here, and 2 years down the line it would be even better. So a better strategy, so 2 years down the line, say on 50 rupees, if there is a 30% growth even, then we are looking at 65 rupees of EPS trading at 30 times at around 2000. So a strategy here could be that if the stock goes up sharply and starts trading at this PE, which is around 14 at the moment, doubles and goes to 30. Say that it trades at 30, and we know that the EPS would be closer to 37 rupees. And if it trades at 30 at around 1100, it's a sell at that point of time. In the next 1 year, if it does that, if the EPS expands even further, say from 37 it goes to 50 rupees the EPS, then your targets go up to 1500 rupees at that point of time. So in the next 8-10 months, if the stock goes to 1100, 1000 to 1100 levels, uh, it would be time to book profits, because the stock could correct from those levels and then go up again once the earnings come in and everything. And we all know that how during the pandemic, or how the markets end up, you can say, behaving in a manner where the stock consolidates and goes down for 6, 8, 9, 10 months even. So I think on a shorter term basis, in the next 1 year, and this is a shorter long term, you can say like that, the stock could be headed towards 1000, 1100. I'm expecting the move to happen from Q3 numbers onwards. uh, if that doesn't happen, it's the only fact that will happen is that the valuation will become even better. For example, if in the next 15 months the stock keeps on trading at 400, 420, and they come out with 50 rupees of EPS, then the stock would be trading at 8 times. 420 divided by 50 would be closer to 8 and a half times or so. So I believe that it is extremely undervalued, and I feel that we are headed much higher on KILPEST. So this was a video on KILPEST. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get my video straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.